Hello everyone, thanks for checking out my video. Today I'm on part 2 of my Bighorn Classic 36 ECB model purchased from Costco. I wanted to clarify another thing. I watched my video again from yesterday, and I do want to just say that again the dimensions 71 inches high, 36 inches wide, 24 inches deep from the back of the safe to the front of the safe, 24 inches. Now the handle from the front of the safe to the end of the handle, which unfortunately as I said last night, I had to take off. This is the 2 inches and 5/8, so 2 5/8 from here. So in total, from the back of the safe all the way to the frontmost part of the handle, 26 5/8 inches. And that is your total depth. Otherwise, if you're just looking to bring the safe up to here, 24 inches. So 26 5/8 total, 24 inches just for the safe without the handle. And I wanted to also say that the interior dimensions are a little funky and go into a little bit of that. From this side to this side up at the top, 32 inches. Now you go down to the bottom, you would think it was 32 inches from this side to this side, but I guess with the drywall and maybe a little bit of Chinese manufacturing, since this is an import, it's 33 inches. So 33 inches on the bottom for me, 22 inches on the top. So whatever, no big deal. I mean, you can't visually see it at all, but if I did get the tape measure down there, you would see it. Another thing I wanted to clarify again with the mounting, the holes that come with this safe are a little bit larger than ½ an inch. That's it. It took effort to get this 5/8 bolt in here, so I didn't want anybody running out and buying the 5/8 bolts because they saw that. You won't be able to put this 5/8 sleeve down through this ½ inch hole without boring it out as I did. So I just wanted to re-clarify again, factory, this is about a ½ an inch hole right here. So now let's get into a little bit of what is the specifications and the make and what makes this this safe. For me, and this is what you have to consider when you're purchasing a safe, is what do you want to do? You know, my main concern is to stop the smash and grabs. I live in a big city. Fire absolutely means nothing to me. I mean, the fire rating, you know, I think this is a 45-minute fire rating. Great, 45 minutes. You know, I would anticipate living so close to the fire station here, I'm probably maybe only 5 minutes away from actually having firefighters on scene and putting out the fire. So the fire protection really wasn't anything for me. You know, as most fire rated safes, that has a lining here that you know, when it starts to feel the heat, it actually starts to melt and make a bond between the safe and the door, and that's what makes a nice seal. The drywall is your insulation, provides the heat insulation from the fire around it, and that's pretty much how the fire protection works. But for me, that really was not a part of my purchasing decision. If you live out somewhere where you're, you know, 20, 30, 45 minutes away from the next house, then yeah, fire protection is probably going to be more important for you. Also, you know, I live about ½ a mile from the police station, so I have 2 redundant alarm systems, and I have one specifically for the safe. So here's my contact for my alarm system. So if the safe is, and this is wireless, so if the safe is picked up and somehow they are able to remove the bolts and actually lift this safe up and take it out and want to work on the safe at a warehouse or something, the minute the sensor lost contact, it would register as a fault and set off the alarm. And then hopefully within, you know, a couple minutes, the police are on the way. So since I do have all this redundancy, and I have a DVR system, camera systems that's remotely monitored, if they see any suspicious activity outside the house, you know, I've got multiple layers of security. So while this safe may not be the greatest, and it isn't, as far as taking brunt attacks and everything, I'm pretty sure it could be compromised with a little bit of ease. If I were a burglar just breaking into the house while the alarm system's going off, looking to grab any laptop or any jewelry or anything I can grab real quick and get out of the house within a minute, I would look at this safe and keep going. I would not touch it at all. So that's my main purpose for this safe, and that's what you really need to identify. If you really need it to be safe, strong, then you're not looking at a $1,000, maybe $2,000 safe. You could probably find a nice small one built to really handle break-ins, because you would look at this door and you say, wow, this is a 7-inch door. It's not a 7-inch door. It's only this thick. And then how much steel actually goes into this thickness of a door? This isn't solid steel. If this were a solid steel 1-inch door, this safe would run $5,000. I mean, there is so little steel that actually goes into this door, and that is what you pay for. So you get what you pay for. If you have $100,000 of valuables inside the safe, then you need to look to invest a large percentage of that towards a nice safe. So for me, I value $6,000. So why would I buy a $6,000 safe to guard $6,000 of valuables on the inside? And that's about how much I'm going to be putting in here to begin with. So if you got to put in $100,000, $200,000 of cash, gold, and things like that, then you're going to want to pony up and not get one of these lesser quality imports. But for my purposes, this safe is perfect. It's going to do exactly what I want it to do. So anyway, let me talk a little bit about the bolts here. Let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts. There's 1 bolt on the bottom, 1 bolt on the top, and this is kind of disappointing. They do have bolts on the side here, which is nice to have for prying attacks. However, they don't go in and out. They are stationary. They will always be out. And for those of you that are running LEDs and things, you always want to make sure that anything you put on the inside, such as these lights and my transformer and my dimmer, that they clear the bolts, that the bolts don't get in the way. Same with my mag lock here and my security sensor here, that they don't interfere with any of the bolts and won't be crushed or anything like that. They come out. I'll extend it out here. So right there, it's pretty solid. The door feels very solid. I saw some reviews that people said where they were closing the door and it feels, the safe still felt like it was a little shaky. Not necessarily the case with this. I don't feel any movement whatsoever. The door is pretty solid. The hinges that are on this, these exterior hinges, they seem a little different than some of the other ones that I've seen for these Bighorn models. They seem like they had the pin system so you could pull them out. I don't necessarily see how you could pull these out without possibly doing some damage to them. So I would not recommend taking the doors off the hinges without consulting the manual or the manufacturer or anything like that. So anyway, and I wish I would have taken note of the size of the hole in the back for the electrical and your goldenrod dehumidifier. I would have to say that hole was about maybe half an inch, maybe a little less than half an inch for the electrical. I would say it's big enough to put a rather large extension cable. So that's about the diameter of it, maybe about the diameter of a Sharpie. So for those of you that do plan on running some power in here, another option you always have is to not run power, but just run the extension from the glow rod or your lighting system externally. But I found that this would be a lot easier to use, to actually get the outlet into the safe. Again, drywall on the interior. On some spots, especially around the seams, you can see how thin the actual metal is. I've seen some videos where some people will say, oh yeah, look how thick this is right here. It's not thick with steel that matters. It's thick with drywall and a little sliver of steel here. And that's what's protecting your safe. This comes out and bends up. This drywall. So, again, put some money into a safe and you're going to get this as solid steel. You're going to get it reinforced. You're going to get the walls, the sides of the safe. As I told you when I drilled the bottom, I did all 4 holes, expanding them from 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch in less than a minute, using that step tapered, whatever those kind of bits are called. So that should give you an idea just how thin this metal is that's on the bottom, which on a safe is the weakest part. You know, the sides, the top, the bottoms, they don't have the same amount of steel that the door does. So, you know, when you purchase a custom safe from a custom dealer, which I would highly recommend for people, like I said, this one just happened to fall right perfectly into my needs and my budget, so I jumped on it. But me, I would have, you know, situation been a little different, I would have definitely considered contacting a local vendor and having them custom build me, taking an import even like this, or a US made Fort Knox, or even the Winchester, or even the Rhino metal safes, who is the parent company of Bighorn, and purchased the safe, got all the side accessories and everything that you wanted, and then gone and reinforced it with extra steel and more muscle and more meat. But then again, you know, with all that extra steel and all that customization comes a bigger price tag. But a safe like this would probably run upwards of, in this size, upwards of, you know, $8,000 to $10,000. But, you know, again, for me, why the safe would be worth more than the content inside. So anyway, that's a little bit about safes and what you should be thinking about if you are deciding to purchase a safe. I will always say, again, go big, get more than what you actually need. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have only a few more guns. I'm going to probably line this entire row here, and then and I'll be done. But I always know that I have this inside here to expand out to. It can fill up the back again. I've got about 3 more handguns, and like, so when I get the rack system that just inserts them all in, I'll put another video up and start reviewing some of those individual pieces a little later on. But I highly recommend this safe. If your needs fall in the same as my needs, go out, get this safe the next time they go on sale, and you won't be disappointed. The Costco customer service is great. I haven't had to contact Rhino Metals, but I hear that their customer service is really good. They have a warranty. Even if, you know, somebody were to come in here and try to pry the safe open and do damage to the safe, they will repair or replace it. There is warranty stuff like that, so always make sure you get your warranty paperwork turned in whenever you do receive the safe. Mail that stuff out. Register your safe, register your serial number and everything, and that's about it. So hey, thanks a lot for checking out this video, and please check out my other videos.